So welcome back to my show, y'all. As always, I hope you're doing absolutely amazing. Now, there's a lot of rules and regulations that cover things like the driver uniform. And I have covered some of that in a previous episode on driver dress code, which I will link in the show notes under the in the description box. So, today I'm going to discuss driver footwear. And by the way, this is episode number 66. So, for those of y'all who live along Route 66, which, by the way, I used to, just several years ago, that's one crazy good highway if you're driving your personal vehicle. So, anyways, what not to wear in the truck in terms of footwear? Well, can a closed-toe shoe actually prevent an injury? And why do so many drivers wear sandals? Well, you're going to find out tonight, so stay tuned. So, boots versus shoes versus flip-flops. This is going to be a fun one. So, I ask that you pay attention with your seat back upright and locked, your tray table put away, and all your carry-on items properly stowed. But, anyways, let's get into this. First, I've seen a lot of drivers wearing flip-flops recently along my route. And many of those drivers wearing flip-flops are just downright dumb. I understand they are more comfortable when you're in the cabin because of the heat from the ventilation systems, heat from the exhaust, etc. But your safety is on the line, and when you're wearing them, you can wear them in the cab always because they do have a rubber sole. However, if you're out and about, if you're like trying to sweep out a container, for example, or you're on that slick trailer floor, or you're walking into the truck stop on snow and ice, those flip-flops are definitely going to hinder your ability to be safe. So, closed-toe versus open-toe shoes. I would definitely go for a closed-toe. Now, that said, sneakers versus boots. Well, that's more of a matter of personal preference. If you're in a job that demands steel toe, definitely go for the boots. But if you're in a normal job like what I'm in, either or. Well, you want to look for features like good ventilation. Perhaps you'll go for a carbon toe instead of a steel toe. You'll go for a pair of boots that has some style with it, like this pair that kind of looks like a Texas flag. And that's just to name a few things that you can spec on your boots or your shoes. If you go to the gym quite often, you'll want to have a separate pair of shoes, preferably sneakers for that. Especially if you're using the TA Ultra One membership, or if you have a membership to a place like Planet Fitness. So, that's what I do. Is I have a separate pair of shoes for the gym, a separate pair of boots for my rodeo photography, and a separate pairs of shoes and boots for trucking. So, and this week, of course, I brought the boots because they're just fantastic for use in my particular environment. What about sizing? This is important because you want your pair of boots or shoes to last you for years. I wear a 13 EE. Most of my family members in terms of on my dad's side, have worn either a 13 double or a 13 triple. That's wide width for you here in the US. That's a big boot. Now, I think the metric conversion's inside too, so I'll double check. Yeah, I don't see a metric conversion on this particular pair, but many of the boots and the shoes do offer metric conversions on the inside, so you can see what the size is for your specific country. Now, what about where should you go to get properly fit for a boot? Well, don't go to Walmart first off. This is one of those areas where I discourage Walmart because they do sell cheaper shoes and boots, but you really need to get sized up beforehand, and it's a lot easier to do if you have the proper equipment. So, go to a podiatrist, or your doctor can help you with this. Some of the other department stores like Kohl's have the proper measuring equipment. Yeah, I mentioned Kohl's, spelled K-O-H-L apostrophe S. They're a great shoe store, by the way, even though they also sell a lot of clothing too. And they're also a place where you can return your Amazon items. So there's that. But also consider, if you're in the market for boots, that you can go to a custom boot maker or a western wear shop, which is what I did with this particular pair, is I went to a western wear shop where they actually have staff that are trained to measure you. Some shoe manufacturers offer their own retail stores. New Balance is a good example of that, where they too have that proper measuring equipment. And therefore, if you're in the market for shoes or boots, go and try a few pairs at a few different stores, because this is going to affect your ability to work and how comfortable you are on this job for years to come. And not only that, but it'll also affect your ability to be safe. So, and leave the flip-flops at home. Choose proper footwear and make sure it fits. And, by the way, if your company has a dress code, make sure that you follow it. You'll be happy you did in the end. Until next time, let's make your next trip your best trip and make sure you're comfortable in the truck, as well as in your car if you drive that long distance instead. Just make sure that whatever you do, that we avoid the slips and falls caused by improper footwear. So, bye for now, and I'll catch you on the next episode. Thanks for watching.